All right, here we go. You. All right, y'all, we back in the house. Yeah, time for some post-fight talk, man. I won't say a lot, but there's some controversy. Some controversy this weekend, starting with Friday. So, I got to go back and give you my thoughts on what went down, this major championship fight on Friday. So let's get started here in about another minute. 1 second, y'all. I'm just laid back, chilling today, man. It's Sunday. So, yeah. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I have to pull them stats up again, too, that I was using yesterday. We're going to talk about this other fight a little bit more, because I got to give you my second reaction, too, so. Yeah, I guess we can get started here in about 30 seconds. Got about 10 or 11 y'all up in here. So, yeah. Okay. All right, y'all. So, yeah, man, welcome back. Welcome back to another live stream. Good weekend of fights. Starting with Bellator 262. I know that the championship fight, it's got people up in arms right now. The Juliana Velasquez versus Denise Kielholtz fight. I know that a lot of people are upset with the decision. So, I gave y'all my thoughts, my first reaction to it yesterday. I talked about it yesterday afternoon because, that was my first reaction, first watch, first reaction. And like I said yesterday, I know some people would disagree, they'll get mad, but, it's my opinion. And like I said, somebody who studies fights and studies the judges, I can't lie and say straight up that it was like robbery. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't say it was straight up robbery because, like I said, let's start this thing off same way we started yesterday. Look, when you fight and you are the challenger, you have 4 opponents. You have to fight that person in front of you with the belt. You got to beat them convincingly. Then you have them 3 judges that are against you. You have 4 opponents, right? Those are your 4 opponents. So you got to do everything in your power, not just to land punches and land the most strikes, but you have to be able to wow those judges, because all 3 of them judges are not looking for the same thing. They are not looking for the same thing. Half the time they aren't looking. Sometimes they're not even looking at the fight, right? So going into this championship fight with Kielholtz and Velasquez, I watched it again. I watched it again last night, and I don't know if I gave y'all my first opinion on who I felt won the fight. The first time I watched it, I didn't put it in the live stream yesterday, but I thought Denise Kielholtz won the fight. But as somebody who was speaking from the corner, I was also thinking that if you lose it, I can understand why, because you gave the champion too many moments in there to wow the judges, right? So I said round 1, Denise Kielholtz did enough to win. Velasquez came back in round 2 and 3. And then in round 4, looking at the stats, I was like, okay, maybe I'm not just picking Kielholtz because maybe I'm not just feeling like Kielholtz is winning because I picked her to win. Maybe I am missing something here. I had to look at it. I said, she's landing more, right? So the second time I went back and watched it, I said, okay, I see that she is constantly touching her. She's constantly putting hands and kicks on Velasquez here. She's doing something. So I said, okay, she did outland her in the 4th round. So I can argue that. Okay, the 4th round did for sure. Well, not for sure, but we can definitely see the 4th round going to Kielholtz. Then the 5th round, I definitely had to give the 5th round to Kielholtz. Because she buzzed the champion almost had her out. Applied the pressure, landed the better punches. Velasquez kind of went on that back foot, and the work rate went down, not necessarily because she was picking shots, but because she was kind of showing the champion more so respect. I mean, the contender more, the challenger more so respect, you know? So second time around, just watching it, you know, without the tenseness and going back and looking at more so of the activity that was going on in it, I definitely think Kielholtz did enough to win the fight. But there's just some other angles you have to look at sometimes. Like I said, like the judges are going to look at damage. You know, the judges are going to look at adjustments not being made. You know, they do look at that type of stuff. Hang on, got some of y'all in the chat. Stamina, what's up? Stamina in the building. Bungalow, what's up? Ravioli, what's going on? Let me see here real quick. You said the UFC need to get Juliana and Denise. You know, we got some nice contenders right now in the flyweight division. If they want to move on, you know, that's cool. Let's see. Bungalow said one must take the belt away from the champion. Anyone close to a tie goes to the champion. Right? Yeah, that's how I see it. You know, you have to take that belt, man. You got to, like I said, you got to shut all doubt down. You know, you got to cross them T's and dot them I's. You know, you got to make sure that there is no doubt. Like, okay, this person really did take it from the champion. Mr. Lee, what's going on? He said quality over quantity. Right. Like I said, I think she did land a good mixture of quality and quantity. Kielholtz did, but it's what them judges look at, and I can't argue that the judges, what they were looking at was wrong. You know, their jabs were effective. I mean, you know, Velasquez, their game plan was effective. So was Kielholtz. That's why I said this was a 50-50 fight, y'all. You're like 50-50, like it's going to be close. You know, close fights are not robberies. You know, close fights are what they are. Competitive, close fights. Now, if Kielholtz went in there and got a couple takedowns in the first, second, third round, she secured, let's say she secured round 1, 2, and 3, no doubt. Like she was dropping her, dominating her, you know, beating her to the punch every single time, and then maybe Kielholtz lost round 4 and 5, and the judges gave it to Velasquez, then we could say it's a robbery. You know, then maybe we could say it's a robbery. But otherwise, I do think Kielholtz won the fight, but there was just one of them moments where you have to look at what these judges are judging sometimes. Like, they ain't the best. You know, they definitely are. I don't want to agree with what these judges look for. That's why I say, as a fighter, you got 4 opponents in there. You got to beat them all, man. You got to beat them all. I know the second go-round of watching the fight, I think Kielholtz did win a little bit more convincingly, you know, the more I looked at round 4. Because going back into the fight, no doubt, Kielholtz won the first round, you know, with the pressure and her punches. You know, it was a feeling out round, but she took more chances and she dictated the pace and dominated with power shots. Second round, Velasquez came back, started pumping her jab out, started moving a little bit more to her side, making Kielholtz miss wildly. You know, Kielholtz still landed a few punches, still landed her leg kicks. Third round was close, but I think Velasquez, she topped it off in the judges' scorecards with that takedown. You know, she was getting hit, but hey, she topped it off with a takedown. And the fourth round, this is where I seen Kielholtz kind of make Velasquez go on the back foot because she was trying to avoid the power. And that's something I want to ask y'all too. Like, what do y'all think? Like, Velasquez does she fight on the outside just to fight technical, or is she avoiding the big shots? Is she avoiding the big punches? You know, is she avoiding those punches because she's a little chinny? I don't know. Like, she took that big right hand in the 5th round. I was like, yo, she went on the back foot. Like, her legs gave out, but she recovered quick, you know? So I was like, this is Kielholtz's time. You know, it's time to bounce back. It's time to work, you know? But I think Kielholtz, they're full on plan. It was mostly just to apply pressure and walk forward. and just throw combinations. It wasn't really to set traps. That's why I said this fight, you got to switch it up sometimes. Let Velasquez take the lead. Let Velasquez take the lead a little bit here. Let her come in and walk into your punches like she did Kate Jackson. Kielholtz let Kate Jackson walk in and boom, boom, Carter went out. So there just needed to be a change of pace in there. That's why fighters like Nunes be champion. Valentina is champion because they change the pace. And they're going to be long-time champions because they adapt and they change the pace. Let's see here. MJ said, okay, I got round 1, 4, and 5 for Kielholtz. Yeah. I same thing. Yeah, same thing. I watched it again, and I said 4. 4, her work rate was higher. Round 4, her work rate was higher than Velasquez. Velasquez's work rate wasn't there, and it wasn't effective. She landed a few punches, but they weren't very effective. Her work rate went down in round 4 and 5. So she did, in my opinion, scoop out round 4. 2 and 3, I had to give to the champion, but round 4, I could definitely see that. Yeah. Bungalow said it's commonly held idea by a lot of judges, right or wrong, but I get your point. Yeah, it's supposed to be fighter versus fighter, but it's not. I think it's supposed to be fighter versus fighter, but the majority of the time, this champ versus challenger. It's almost like an unwritten rule. Like if you don't do enough, you don't get the belt. It's just like that unwritten rule now. Forever. Yeah. MJ, she was avoiding big punches. Yeah, she was avoiding a lot of the big punches. 2B said it's crazy that the stats were what they were and she didn't win. Yeah, it is. The more and more you look at it, let me put them stats up here again. I got them somewhere if y'all want to look at it. Hold on here. There we go. Yeah, there's the stats right there again. I mean, as I went back and looked at round 4 too, I was like, yeah, she's touching her, man. Like she never abandoned her leg kick. That was a smart thing. Like she never abandoned her leg kick. That's what I'm saying. Like Joanna's always like touching fighters. She's always staying busy and she's throwing volume punches. And she wins fights like that. I'm like, so why are they not seeing this as being effective? Yeah, Kielholtz said. MJ said Kielholtz did not follow the game plan. She got problems with the distance. She should have gone on the inside and throw those bombs. Her coach was screaming, close the distance. Yeah, over and over, man. Yeah, like, you have to close the distance. Like, being 5'3", you're not going to win a rangy striking battle against a much taller opponent. Somebody that's 3 inches to 4 inches taller than you. You're not going to win that fight. You have to go on the inside. You got to push your way in, and you have to have the game plan of coming in at an angle instead of walking straight forward. Like they really needed a better execution of closing that distance here, because every time she would let a combination off from range, Velasquez saw that coming, and she would just dip out at an angle. She would turn an angle and be out of harm's way. They needed a game plan to expose, well, not expose, but land on that chin. They needed a game plan to land on the chin of Velasquez. They needed to really go over drill after drill of that, because Velasquez's chin is so open. Like, her head is cocked straight back and the chin is wide open, so they really needed to work on a game plan of just closing that distance and targeting that chin. It was there. That's why I said, you gotta go to the body first. Like, make the body like the key, and then eventually go up top. Like, she was doing nice with some body shots. Kielholtz was doing nice with some few body shots here and there, pecking away at the body, but there was never really like dedication to it where they were damaging, like when Valentina was like kicking Jessica Eye in the body. Perfect example, kicking her in the body over and over till Jessica Eye dropped her hands. When Jessica Eye dropped her hands, then that was pretty much money, right? It was next head kick, and she was out of there. So my thing was with Kielholtz, it should have been hard body shots, after, one after the other. No wild barrages of running in for the headshots, because she was missing. She'd land one but miss wildly, like with the next. She was throwing so far out of range. So there should have been more dedication to breaking the body, to just breaking that body down. Oh yeah, Stamina said those stats. Yeah. He said he didn't get to see the fight because his internet was sympathizing with BJ that night. But wow, that's crazy. Yeah. Those were the stats. Yeah, you have to go back and look at the fight, man, because there was a lot of good moments in there where I was like, okay, Kielholtz is ahead. But then when you looked at the quality of Velasquez's shots and her technique that she was using to make Kielholtz look, I won't say bad, but when she would outclass her with little tricks of angles and counter punching, that's what the judges were probably stealing there. They were giving her them rounds, but yeah, that's a big difference though. 46 total strikes for Velasquez, and then 101 for Dynamite. I was like, oh, whoa, that's a big difference. So even without seeing the stats and then hearing the crowd say robbery, then I think they may have given it to the wrong person here. But like I said, man, it's them judges, man. You got to beat them all. Ravioli says she couldn't close distance because Juliana was on her bicycle. Yeah, he was on her bicycle. When somebody goes on their bike, that's when you got to start cutting the ring off or cutting the octagon off. Like, you can't chase them. You got to cut it off. Like, when she starts running, then you got to cut it off, like diagonal. You got to close in. Like, to avoid the right hand, she's going to continue to move to her right. So start setting up the left hook. Right? MJ said Velasquez felt Denise's power while she was trying to take her down. Denise is very strong. The funny thing is Velasquez is bigger, but she can't KO a smaller fighter. She don't have KO power. I think Velasquez has KO power. She just don't commit to it. Like, she just will not throw with authority. She's too caught up on going on the back foot. She's too caught up on trying to get out of harm's way instead of committing to hard punches. Like, she has power. I think she has power. She just doesn't deliver it with the way she chooses to fight off the back foot. Yeah, the chin was open over and over, MJ. I'm like, yeah, the chin was wide open, man. So my thing is, look, come on now, like, set up something. Go downstairs and then go to that head. Don't just head hunt all night. Go to the body first. Mr. Lee said total strikes missed over 300. Velasquez over 200. Wow. Let me see here. Yeah, man. Let me see. Yeah, the Kielholtz numbers though, like, she threw a lot, but landed a lot, and also missed a lot. MJ said, have you seen how big Denise neck is. Yeah, I saw it. Like I was watching her neck at the not at the weigh-in, but when the announcer was, doing his thing, he was calling their names out during the fight. Yeah, when they were already in the cage. Yeah, she got a big neck, man. Velasquez versus Chikagan. Oh man, I might have to go with Chikagan because she's a little bit more dedicated to her style. She's a little bit more so committed to being that point fighter, and she's active. She's active. This would be a Velasquez fight where Velasquez would need to walk her down and not have to worry about being KO'd, but something tell me she would still play it out more like a cautious fight. So I'd have to go with Chikagan just because Chikagan's, fought at a higher level and is committed to her style. But yeah, Kielholtz, she deserves a rematch. I think she's definitely earned a rematch. Velasquez can't ignore that and just say, I want to move on to Liz Carmouche and I want to move on to the champ. I mean, this fight was much closer than the Ilima-Lei McFarland fight, so let's not try to, overlook what Kielholtz did. Kielholtz actually looked better than anyone Velasquez has ever fought, and I think she's kind of eating her words with that because she did go on record to say at first she didn't think she really she was title shot worthy. Like, it wasn't really like a hit, and like she wasn't really like trying to take a low dig at her, but she didn't make it sound like she was worthy of it, and now she's making it sound like she needs to move on. But to me, I think Kielholtz deserves a rematch. Honestly, like, we could skip over the Liz Carmouche fight for now. Ilima-Lei McFarland, I don't even know if she is like in training right now, really ready to get back in there. But like I said, that fight wasn't as close as this one. So I would take a rematch right away. Like, I mean, as a fan, I want the rematch, but I don't think she's gonna do that, man. So yeah, like I said, we'll see. We'll see. It's just one of those situations where, like I said, man, like, you could think you winning all day and you can think you're doing this, but if you ain't gonna get it, man, you're not gonna get it by just doing one thing all night, like one or two of the same things, pressure, and you have to switch levels. Like, when you get into the third and fourth round, it has to be, or fourth and fifth round, it has to be like another level of fighting there. It can't be just the same that you started with in the first round. Like, the feel out rounds are done, man. You got to turn it on. Like, yeah, that's why I said, like, I think I said that in my prediction. I said she's probably going to need a KO, and it's there. But I did pick Kielholtz to win by decision because I thought, Kielholtz definitely had the work rate and the power to get the respect. So, in a way, my prediction was right. She won, yes and no. Velasquez don't want to. Yeah, she don't want to give her a rematch. She don't. You think Liz can beat Juliana? Do I think Liz can beat Juliana? I think so. I think she's got the experience to do it. I think she's got the strength and the power to do it. Yeah, I think she does. I don't know if she has the speed and the combinations like Kielholtz did, but I think she's got the skill set to do it. I don't think it's going to be an explosive fight like this one, though, but, I think she could do it. But, yeah, let's jump over here and, because I ain't going to be on, like, 2 or 3 hours a night, so let's talk about this Miesha Tate fight, man. Let's talk about this fight, and then we'll wind it down with the Lemos Ruiz thing, that whole situation. So Reneau, shout out to Mari Reneau. Oh man, it really it hits hard though, man. It's like you put yourself in that fighter's shoes, man. They want to cap off their career with a win, and you lose in this fashion, man. It was like Mari Reneau, her last fight in the UFC, and her first stoppage loss. All of it in one fight, man. That's hard, man. I think part of me wanted to say that, I guess at this point, Mari Reneau, maybe her heart wasn't in it like it was even in her Macy Chiasson fight, because, that Macy fight, she fought harder and it was much more competitive. But this fight here, we can also contribute the fact that Miesha Tate did look a little bit better. Miesha does look better than she used to. But, Mari Reneau just had like a different reaction to me, like even to the punches in this fight. Like, I think Mari Reneau took Macy's best punches and she was able to weather them. But this fight here, like, the jabs were hurting her. The offense and the pressure from Tate was really backing her up. So I guess we can factor in that Tate has polished up her jab. She's also gotten stronger. The way she was able to pick Mari Reneau up and take her down. She did pick her up and like drop her. So I think it was a mixture of both here. Miesha's improvements and her wanting to make a statement. You mix that with a fighter that's on the exit but doesn't have that fire. That's dangerous for that person that doesn't have the fire. They're gonna go in there and get stopped. So when you put all that together, like I was saying, even last night when I was watching, I was like, man, when I got to that second round, I was like, uh-oh. I was like, Mari Reneau's reactions are different here. Like, the way she's putting her hands up and just stepping back after getting hit, it wasn't the same. Like, she would dip out. She would sometimes clinch up with you, and she would try to wrestle back, or fight. She wasn't all there mentally, I don't think. You know what I mean? It was kind of going through the motions. So that was Tate's call to say it's time to go in for the kill, and she did. Like, she earned it. She earned it in that third round. She got one more takedown. She did well too with passing the guard in this fight and just avoiding up kicks and controlling Mari Reneau. Getting out of that Kimura attempt and just show some good fluid stand up. Her stand up looked a little better too. Let me see what y'all think. 2BC Casual fan confirmed Miesha's next for Nunes after Pena. That's funny. Yeah, like, ain't no way she ready for that, because I'm still questioning who else she could beat, Ravioli, this might sound dumb, but was Marion compromised after her Macy Chiasson fight? That's not a dumb question. It could be, because Mari Reneau was a big bantamweight. Did you see the size of her? Like the left hooks she was landing on Mari Reneau. That's why I was like, Mari is taking big punches, but she's surviving. Like, she's getting hit with some big shots, man. Yeah, that Macy Chiasson fight might have taken something out of her, because that looked like a damn featherweight Mari Reneau was in there fighting. MJ said, I feel like UFC did Mari dirty to give her a fight like Miesha Tate. All they want is to make Miesha Tate look good. I can see that. Yeah, I was thinking that myself, though, because the first time it was announced, I was like, okay, they need to get her the one fighter that might be a bit damaged, up in age. They want the one that's up in age and the one that's not going to put up a fight. Like, I'm not no disrespect to Mari Reneau, but they trying to go with the one out of all the fighters that she could have an easier time in there with. But for Mari Reneau, yeah, like, I'm thinking her last fight maybe should have been like Betch Coer or something, who wants her way out. Who's about to get out of the game too. So Stamina says same thing is gonna happen with Betch Coer on her retirement fight. Big fat L, yeah. Yeah, Yeah, I can see the same for Betch for sure, man. I can definitely see her getting the L on her way out too, man. You said I understand the desire for the send off, but I don't believe it'll achieve anything positive. No, yeah, yeah. Stamina said, who would you have paired? Are you talking about who would you have paired Misha Tate with for her retirement fight? MJ said unranked fighter. Well, Marian's not. Wait, you mean Marian? Yeah. We're talking about Marian. So yeah, Marian Reneau had an unranked fighter in Misha Tate. So yeah, she did have a unranked fight. But if you mean Misha Tate, yeah, she got a ranked fighter. She got the least on the top 10 that they felt like would be, the right fight for her. Oh man, MJ Misha wants to fight GDR. Oh well, we'll see about that. Yeah, Mr. Lee, she did. She made it look easy. I think they just gave her Marion Reneau at the right time. Marion Reneau, like I said, just was not the same that night. And I think it comes a point, like I said earlier when I was doing my video, there's a time, last day of work, last day of the job, you don't really want to work anymore, right? It's hard to find that heart and that drive to say, okay, let's finish hard, right? Like, nobody works hard on their last day on the job, right? 2B said top 3 choices that would be beneficial matchups for Tate to build herself up to be a contender for Nunes. For Misha Tate right now, I think a fight with Aldana would make sense. For Misha Tate, she needs to fight either Aldana, the winner of Aspen Lab versus Macy Chason, or she needs to fight, let me see, maybe Ketlin Vieira. That would be a good fight. No. So, Ketlin Vieira or Yana Kunitskaya. Yeah. Because Yana's going to put up a better fight than, yeah, she's a step up the ladder, right? Let me see the bantamweight division right now. Hold on. Yeah, Yana Kunitskaya is number 6, and Marion Reneau is 12. This was before the update, so yeah, for Misha Tate, the 3 people I would give her now, if you want to prove that you're ready for a title or a title eliminator, Misha Tate versus Irene Aldana, Misha Tate versus the winner of Lad Chason, and Yana or Ketlin. Either one of those. Ravioli said Misha should rematch Sarah McMahon. I don't think that would be a good fight. I think if she really wanted to test herself and push it up there, you go ahead and go for the 5, 6, 7, and 8 then, Like if she closes the year out, maybe a fight with one of those, that would be decent. I ain't gonna lie though, Misha, I think, in my opinion, this was a good move to take 5 years off. Take 5 years off. Not for everybody, but for her body, taking 5 years off at the age of 29. Just 29, you take 5 years off. Because if you continue to fight at the age of 28, 29, you get beat up consistently. You don't give your body a chance, time to recover. So take a break, 29, 20, 30, 31, give you a chance time to heal up while your body's young and your brain and everything can recover. Your bones heal faster. Take the time off. Just take the time off. And I think it benefited. It was definitely a benefit for her. Because she definitely didn't look like she was gassing in this fight at all. Like, she didn't look weak at all. Tate was really looking good for 3 rounds. She was moving on her feet. Granted, Reneau hit her a few times with good right hands, but she never really put the combinations or, gave a full-on attack to Tate to really test out the wear, test out the material. So I think Tate needs one or two more than fights, like Yana Kunitskaya, Aspen Ladd versus Chason winner. Man, Macy Chason big as hell too. So Macy, let's see if Tate can handle a big fighter like that, man. Because you handle a big fighter like that, maybe you dominate a big fighter like Chason, maybe you could give GDR a couple rounds, right? Ravioli said Misha could outstrike Yana. I don't know. It's possible, but Yana might make it a tough and rough fight though. Yeah, 2B said Yana matchup. Yeah, Yana matchup is good. I think it would be a good just move on their part to make that fight. Ravioli. We're not putting great stock in it. That's why we want to put her in there with more lower level in the top 10. And that's why I ain't putting her in there with no title eliminator yet. But I ain't putting great stock into Misha, but I'm not gonna lie and say she looked bad. She did look good. And if you beat that number 12 fighter, then let's test you on a higher level, So I'm not putting great stock in there. Like, she's not beating GDR or anybody like that. Beat one of these lower level fighters like Ketlin or Yana first. But her approach to her stand up was better than before, in my opinion. Like, her jab and stuff was looking a little bit sharper. Stamina said, I also hear a lot of fighters say that the gym and the cage are very different situations. The skills often don't transfer. I don't think grappling played a significant part that night in any case. I can honestly say that I now believe Misha's downfall in her first run was definitely at least 70-80% mental due to stress outside the cage. Yeah, that's weird. Like, on the second run, now she got kids. It seemed like having the kids puts her in a better mind frame, Hang on for a second. I had to mute myself. I had to sneeze. Sorry, y'all. MJ, GDR and Nunes will give Misha the real welcome fight. You mean the farewell fight? GDR and Nunes gonna give her that farewell fight. Let's be honest, man. You ain't ready for that. Misha will not beat Holly this time. It will not happen. I can agree with that. I think Holly slipped up in that first fight, made a mistake. Other than that, she was winning the fight, but I think Holly can do it. I think Holly can still beat her. But yeah, man, shout out to Mari Reneau though. Starting it with the age of 36, MMA career at 36, man. I got to give her props for that. That's on up in age considered in combat sports, but she defied some odds there. Had a nice little resume. Fought in the top 10, fought some top level fighters, fought into her age of 44, but time just caught up in that last fight, I mean, she got other good things going for her anyway, besides fighting, photography, that's something I love too, that's always a nice thing to do. She's training, time to pass that on, 44. I definitely wouldn't want to be fighting at 44 for myself, just because it's like I know the middle-aged years, those got to be the best years that you kind of got to, take that time to do what you can do while you can still move around, you know what I mean? And you know, and just try to cherish that time, you know, especially when you got a wife. I mean, especially when you got a husband and, you know, some kids, you know, you're a wife and mother and all of that, you know. So, yeah, man. Yeah, it's smart though, you know. Find that time to bow out. I see so many fighters don't know when to quit, and it costs them. Let's see. Mark Robertson, what's up? Mark Robertson said Yana seems reliant on the clinch as of late. It seems that if it was her only strategy against Aldana, when that didn't work, it was over. I feel like Misha could avoid it as well. Yeah, Misha's strong in the clinch. You know, Misha showed how strong she was in the clinch too. You know, I know we can say that's Marion, but still, like, she's strong, man. Like, I think the muscle she's been putting on might be more of a benefit to her. I think, you know, that training, Yana, her new style of working is more so dealing with, I guess, her partner now, you know, her husband. That's the kind of game plans they've been working on, but need to work on her stand-up for real. You know, she's long and tall. She needs to use that reach. Yeah, but moving forward from here, like I said, those are the 3 or 4 I would probably put Misha Tate in there with at this point. Tate versus Konoskaya, Tate versus Vieira, and any of those fights. All right, let's jump to this fight here, man. Let's talk about this strawweight fight. Let's talk about Lemos versus Ruiz. All right, Lemos versus Ruiz, y'all. Oh man. First off, man, I gotta say, look, I'm telling y'all, man, this is why Lemos is not one to play with. I'm trying to fix something while I'm talking to y'all. Okay, Lemos is not one to play with, man. Like, when it comes down to the power this girl possesses, and I think the skill set she's developing, she's gonna be the next. She could possibly be the next big threat to this top 10, man. Like, for real. Like, Amanda Lemos, her footwork, her offense, her punt selection, her range, you know, her kicks. She showed a little bit of everything in this one round for 30 seconds, right? Amanda Lemos is not one to play with, man. Like, she's showing me a different level with her striking. Like, I don't see too many hitting like her. Aside from Marina Rodriguez, this girl's got power. She's got power, like real power. Who else hits hard like this in the top 15? I mean, Weili can hit hard, but Weili's not as committed to stand up like Lemos is. I'm more so impressed with her delivery. Lemos is much more committed to power and being sharp and accuracy. I think Lemos stands out above the rest with this one attribute. Like, I'm not saying she's the best well-rounded fighter in the division, but this particular skill set that she possesses is dangerous, man. Like, the way she's developing it is very, 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 very dangerous to any strawweight. So if I had to say, like, some of the hardest punchers, Marina Rodriguez is a hard puncher. Mackenzie Dern got power. The difference is, like, I think, you know, of course, Dern's still developing. She's got power, but she doesn't have the same type of technique like she has. So that makes Lemos much more dangerous on the feet. Who else got power in the strawweight division? You know, Rose is not really like power. Power is accuracy. You know, Rose has only stopped, one person with hands. You know, she knocked Weili out with the kick, but with the punch. Rose has only knocked one out with the punch. So I'm talking about, like, hands. Like, who's got thudding power? I mean, I'm looking at the rankings right now. I gotta say Lemos got the power. Like, I'm not overrating her, no. I'm talking about what I see and what she's shown versus what the other strawweights have shown. You know, some of these other strawweights get wins off of submissions. They get wins off of TKOs, but she's getting wins off of, like, dropping him and stopping him. You know, first person to stop Ruiz, first person to stop Liviana. So with that, the fight went pretty much where I felt. But let me put it this way now. Do I think it was too premature, the stoppage? Yeah, I'm not going to lie. You're going to disagree with me? Look, was Lemos going to knock Ruiz out? Yes, she was going to knock her out. That was coming. Not just because I predicted that, but Lemos was going to knock Ruiz out. But I think the way the stoppage came, it was a little premature. It was premature to me. Like, I watched it like 10 times. I watched it like 10 times, maybe 3-4 times, maybe 10 times. Because I kept playing it back. You know, I was just playing that knockdown back. I was playing it back. And I just didn't like how the ref stepped in and waved as she was kind of rolling. You know what I mean? Like, she was on the way to being knocked out, but she recovered quick as she rolled away. Like, she rolled and bounced back up. And she went on the back foot. So I would have gave her a chance. Like, Ruiz was, when she was falling, looked like she was out, right? She was falling and she was out. But when she hit the mat, that impact kind of woke her up and she was like, oh, I got to get away. I got to get away before I get dropped. You know what I mean? She ate one little hammer fist that grazed to the side of the head, and then she jumped back up, kind of buckled her feet a little bit, and hands were up. You know what I mean? Like, hands were kind of up. So I think it could have went on a little bit longer. I would have gave her a chance, man. It was only like 30 seconds. You know, no, I won't say it was a perfect stoppage. Like, I'll take it. You know, I could argue it like I'm doing now. Like, I definitely can't say it was perfect. Perfect would be like Aspen Ladd in GDR. That was perfect to me. Like, she went down and she was out, and anything coming after that, because Herb Dean wasn't even standing by, you know, anything coming after that was really going to do damage. This one, I think she ate a right hand, ate a left hook, went down, and the impact kind of woke her up. You know, the impact woke her up and put her on alert. Whereas Aspen Ladd, she was just down. Aspen Ladd was down and she was about to get murdered, you know. So quick stoppages, you can argue this one a little bit more, in my opinion. And just playing it back, like I said, the way he stepped in as she was rolling, like, he didn't even let one hit connect. Like I said, he didn't even let her get into range. Like, let's say she went down and was laying there and Lemos came at her with the hand up and she couldn't defend herself. That's when you step in. Like, you don't let the punch connect, but you step in when you see she can't defend herself. Like, I think that she could have defended herself, like, if he wasn't standing in the way. That's my point. Like, I think when she rolled, she was going to get up, and maybe if she got hit, then you could have stepped in. But, like, you should have let it play out. That was my point. 2B said, I think it was a bit early stoppage because she got right back up with a guard up. Plus, when she fell, she was still looking towards Lemos, looking to avoid damage. Right. She was alert. This wasn't Jessica I versus Valentina. You know, Jessica I was paralyzed. You have to step in. Well, you know, Valentina, you know, stepped over, you know. When she stepped over, she didn't try to hit her anymore. But that's just a case in point. Like, if she came at Jessica I while she was laying flat on her back, paralyzed, then yeah, like, you step in and stop it. But to me, that one wasn't. Like, I wouldn't have stopped that. Gary Baldwin, what's up? Gary Baldwin said, give Lemos Gedalia. That's good. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I would give Lemos Gedalia. Well, we want to talk about that in a minute, too, before I go. Because two fighters ducked her, man. We know who won them. I don't know. Like, I try not to use that word too much. Maybe somebody was looking for something better. But I don't know if it was a duck. So hold on 1 second. We talk about that. Ravioli said Rose is about to beat get beat by Carla. Let's shake this division up. Wow. We'll see. Yeah, Stamina said he thought it was a perfect stoppage. Yeah, I think could have went on a little longer. Cyphers. Oh, no. Lemos and Cyphers. Oh, you said Cyphers got KO power. Okay, MJ. Am I missing something? Hold on, let me look at Cypher's resume. I'm not being funny, but I don't know if you being funny, but let me check out the resume. How many stoppages she got? I just want to double check it myself. I'm just seeing if you serious or you playing. How many stoppages she got? Yeah, I think you playing. Cause I mean she ain't stopped nobody in forever. Hold on. Loss. Let's see. Win, decision. You know, Hannah Cyphers ain't stopping no. Yeah, you playing. I just wanted to double check because I was like, I don't remember her knocking people out like that. Bungalow says he should have given her a little more time as she was rolling to avoid punches. Yeah. Like when your body is in motion and you kind of rolling, I think we got to let it play out. Like we got to see like where your eyes are at, see where your legs and your body is at. Like, are you totally helpless? Mr. Lee, that's a good point. If it was a men's fight, would it have been stopped at that point? That's a good point because sometimes they change it up. Like I think with the men that would have played out because I seen guys get hit like that. Like Mr. Lee, like that's a good point. Like Mr. Lee, there's been guys that got hit like that and they roll and they run. You know, the ref, he give them a chance to get up and run. Like I seen guys literally get hit and they roll and run away until their legs come back. You know what I mean? Like I seen a guy, I can't remember. I know Brock Lesnar's done it. You know, Brock Lesnar, like it might be a little bit different, but Brock Lesnar, he got hit and he went on the run. Like he literally was like running across the octagon and he was avoiding it till he cleared his head up. Mark Robinson said, I agree. It was premature. The ref stopped it because the way Ruiz was rolling, she had a hammer fist from hell coming her way that she wasn't going to be able to defend. Yeah, that's my thing. Like, let that play out. Go ahead and let that one shot play out and we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? Like if she take it and can't get up, then you stop it. But if she takes it and she still wants to roll up and get up, let her at least try to get up. Gary gives a stoppage of 5 out of 10. Okay. Two Beasts. Who was it? Who was what? Mark Roberts says she could defend because of the roll, not because she was out. She couldn't defend because of the roll, not because she was out. Yeah, she couldn't. To me, the roll helped her. That's how I thought. Oh yeah. We back to that. Okay, yeah, Two Beasts. I don't. He said who was that? Tisha Torres was one of them. You talking about the one that didn't want to fight? It was Tisha. Stamina says she fell forward twice, rolling onto her back the second time. She only got up to get up at all because the ref was there, and between them and the hammer fist grazed because he pulled Lemos back. Yeah, I know the hammer fist like grazed. Yeah, that was the part I caught. Yeah, like the hammer fist grazed, and then she rolled. Where she was able to she bounced back up after the hammer fist grazed her. And to me, like if she bounced back up like that, I would have just kind of played with it and said let's go. Let it play out because that was only 30 seconds anyway. MJ, she got KO power. She got it. The UFC used her as a stepping stone for Barber and Dern. Oh, Hannah Cyphers. You said she got KO power. Oh, you serious? Okay, you serious? Thought you were playing because I was looking at I was looking at that resume, man. Oh, Marcus Bell, what's up, man? Michelle been ducking opponents for 6 years. Gadelia and Andrade exposed her. Wow. Gary Balder said Michelle also ducked Wei Lee. Damn. That's for the belt, though. Why would she do that? I don't believe that. He said Michelle would duck Wei Lee, but are you talking about like before the fight for the belt or before? But yeah, anyways, like I said, stoppage, hey, that's his call. Again, it's like the judges and the referees, they all have their ways of doing things. Again, that's my opinion. I'm just saying that I would have let it go on, but she was hurt. She was hurt, so maybe he just had a different, that's his reaction to it. Some people let it go on, let me see. I think Herb Dean, he probably would have stopped it too. I think some referees like some Mark Smith, they might let it go on. Not Mark. Yeah, Mark Smith. Yeah. But it was coming anyway. That's my point, though. It was coming anyway. Because, she couldn't miss. Lemos couldn't miss in this fight. We know that. Like, it was a mismatch anyway. That's where I really want to get back to. Like, it was a mismatch. I said this. I called it, man. I was like, Lemos is in the top 15. She needs better now. And this was my point. Like, I'm putting Lemos up there with, wow. I'm putting Lemos a little bit higher than Reneau and Taylor and Miranda, but Lemos is advancing. Like, her skill set needs to be put in there with the high ranked fighters now. Like, it needs to be tested. It needs to be in there with the top 10. Let's go ahead and do it. Like, let's stop holding her back. Let's not give her fighters like Ruiz that just came into the UFC off of one fight. Cheyenne Bays is one fighter, but Amanda Lemos is another. You know what I mean? Amanda Lemos is a totally different story. Do not put any more mismatches in there with her like that. Ruiz should have been fighting Loma Labutni. Ruiz should have been fighting Kay Hansen or Corey McKenna. Felice Herrig, if you want to give her a top 10 opponent, if Felice is still around. But other than that, Lemos needed to be in there with a Claudia Gadelia or Pisha Torres or somebody like that. You make that fight. I think even Randa Marcos would have took that fight. Where's Randa ranked at right now? Don't hold up. No. Not Randa, excuse me. Not Randa. But Claudia, Michelle, and Tisha. Claudia, Michelle, and Tisha need to give her that fight. Because everybody else got a date. Dern and Rodriguez got a date. Hold on now. Yan Xiaonan, that would be a good fight. What do you think? Yan Xiaonan is number 4, but it's a big jump. That's 10 places for Lemos, but who won it? At this point, who won it? Ebos got Jandaroba. If we don't want to go crazy and make Lemos jump all the way up 10 spots to find an opponent, then we got to lay the law down on the Claudia and Michelle fight. Tisha's got the rematch with Angela, so it's got to be Nina Ansaroff, Claudia, or Michelle. That's it. That's all it can be right now. Hold on, what y'all thought? Let me go back to the chat here real quick. Mark Robertson said, as skilled as Tisha and Waterson are, they will never be a UFC champion until atomweight is added. Yeah. Mark Robertson, as skilled as Tisha and Waterson. Oh, okay, hold on. Stamina said, but if Chris hasn't stepped in a hammer fist, would have landed flush and then been joined by its older sister right after. There would have been no rolling. Two Beats, my opinion is this. Definitely no stoppages while a fighter is standing unless they verbally submit, tap, or literally turn the back to the opponent. If they fall and don't even attempt to cover, then sure, stop it. Yeah. Marcus Bell, as soon as Lemos landed that punch, the ref was already in pursuit to stop. Yeah, like, when it landed, he stepped in. I think he got a little excited. That was another point I wanted to make. I think he got a little bit excited, and he was ready to say, "Oh no, she got beat. I want her to get beat down too bad." Like, I think he got a little excited there, and I think when she fell, he shouldn't have stepped in. My thing is, okay, if she steps in close, Lemos step in. As soon as she raised that hand, and you look down, and Ruiz is not rolling, and she's not defending herself, and she's doesn't have her senses, then you stop it. Seems like a lot for a quick movement, but that's how it got to be, right? You want to make sure everybody gets a fair shake. Like when, let's say when Jessica I ate the head kick and she didn't just like go limp. Like when Jessica I got hit with the head kick and she started to like get back up, and she didn't see Valentina coming down with some ground and pound. Then the referee steps in and said, "Oh no, we got to stop it." But if Jessica I like got dropped and like started to roll, then you might want to play it out a little bit longer. To be said, but running in as soon as the fall without seeing how they react after hitting the mat, I don't agree. Lemos trains with Figueiredo. Ooh. MJ, they'll avoid Lemos with all these veterans. Ruiz versus Gary Baldwin said Ruiz versus Lemos definitely is brain dead matchmaking. It is, man. Like, it was like that was bad. Like, that was bad because Ruiz just came into the game, man, and that's an awful loss he had to suffer, man. Like Tabitha Ricci fighting Manon Firo. That was messed up. That's brain dead. If anything, Tabitha Ricci and Ruiz would make more sense. They're strawweights, MJ, they'll avoid Lemos. Almost all these veterans are ducks. Damn. Ravioli, Lemos, Whaley would be crazy. Yeah, I think eventually when we get there, yeah. Stamina said Jan Janan is a good idea. Absent context, but she also just got there. Ranking wise, the established names mentioned earlier, Michelle, Claudia, Nina, that's the way to go. Yeah, you gotta, like, whatever the matchmakers, Mick Maynard gotta do, they gotta, like, push this fight on them. You know what I mean? Like, Claudia, are you still fighting? I got to fight for you. Amanda Lemos. Oh, you don't want to fight Amanda Lemos? You out of the rankings. All right, Nina, we got this fight. You want to fight Amanda Lemos? Oh, you don't want to fight her? All right, out of the rankings, move up to 125. All right, Michelle Watterson, we got this fight with Lemos. Are you going to take it? No, you don't want to take the fight. You drop in 5 spots. You're out of the rankings. See, those are the only choices. Jan Jana, like I said, yeah, like, it would be a good fight. I just don't see it being made because it's like with Ebos, such a big jump. Lemos is 14 right now, so that's a 10-spot jump. Good fight, but there's just so much in between where these other fighters need to, give this girl a shot. She's 34. She's not getting any younger, man. So. He said, 2B said Mark Smith's involved with some of the most controversial stoppages at any ref. I think there was a few of them where I seen where he let fights play out though. Yeah, Stamina's right. He had dudes in there about to meet the Reaper. You know, the amount of punishment he lets go interrupted. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, he ain't, be doing those stops. He'll give you some time to play it out. Like, I don't want nobody to die. You know that. But, I mean, in this moment, I think his reaction would have been a little bit more, it would have been a little bit more necessary at the time. Like, his slow reaction would have helped her out to get a little bit more time. Or it might have got her hurt. I don't know. Yeah, he said that's what I was thinking of. Like Mark Smith, when he came to mind, I thought of how he be letting dudes drop blows on you. You know what I mean? V Kendra, what's up? V Kendra said Lemos has to fight Leslie Smith at 135. Well, yeah, she did that like a long time ago. That was her first fight. Yeah. V Kendra said usually they match winners with winners. Claudia and Waterson are coming off a loss. Yeah, but they would be fighting somebody on the lower level, which makes sense. I mean, if you coming off a loss, you don't get a top level fighter. You get a fighter below you. You know what I mean? Like, if Tecia Torres loses to Claudia, then she doesn't deserve a high ranked fighter. She should have to go fight Lemos. Like, if Tecia and Claudia fought, Tecia loses, then her next fight should be somebody lower, like Lemos. Like, if you coming off a loss, you have, to me, it's been one of those things where you fight the lower, in the lower rank, because you're coming off a loss. Yeah, that Teal fight. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, it probably should have been stopped. Yeah, Stamina said fight back, boom, fight back, boom, fight back, dead. No, I ain't gonna do that. Lemos versus JJ for JJ's retirement fight. Damn. You know she ain't taking that fight. You know she ain't fighting no 14. But it would be interesting. Like, if she got to that level, it would be interesting. Ravioli, she was competitive with Leslie till she gassed. Yeah. And then she had went on, got popped. Then she was gone for 2 years. And, then she came back and took over, at 115. Beat Anui, Miranda Granger, she submitted. Yeah. Mizuki Anui surviving Lemos and Verna gets more impressive. Yeah, Anui had a good game plan. It was a good clinch game. Her clinch game was good in that fight to avoid the power. And she had combinations as well. She did well with her combinations. And I actually picked Anui to win that fight, too. I actually picked Anui to win that fight. I thought Anui had the hand speed to compete, but Lemos was quick. Yeah, so that Anui was tough, man. She showed some good heart, and being able to last with her, like, I mean, even Liviana Rasuza couldn't last. So but yeah, man, yeah, overall, like, that's why I say, like, stoppage aside, I don't really like play into it too much. Like, and that was just my opinion. Like, I thought it was premature, but I think it was such a bad style matchup, and she was going to get hurt regardless. Like, they shouldn't even made this fight, man. I mean, Lemos could not miss. She was not missing her kicks. She was not missing her punches. And I saw how Danielle Taylor touched up Danielle Taylor touched up Ruiz, and I said, if Danielle Taylor can touch up Ruiz like this, and Cheyenne Bays touches her, then this is not going the full 3. It may go 2, but it's probably going to go 1. That's what it came down to. I was just like, this was a mismatch. Damaging mismatch too, man. But let's see. What else? We got a good fight weekend coming up. Hang on for a second. V. Kendra said, did Lemos always hit this hard? I feel like she hits harder lately. Since she came to 115, she's been hitting hard, but I think she's been hitting harder because of her training. Like, if you ever look at her legs, like the workout she's doing, like her drills, like she's been like developing power like no other strawweight. Like if you look at her legs, you can see where the power comes from. I think her workout, and I think her natural size may be a little bit bigger. And when she comes down to 115, she can still carry the power. So she could probably be a bantamweight, but the fact that she can squeeze down, I think that she's really, really carrying the power down. She can still carry the power down on 115. So I think some of it's natural, and she's really learning how to throw punches. Because you really can't teach power. That's another thing. Let me go back. You can't really teach power, but you can teach technique, and technique can help expose the power that you have. So Lemos starting to hit harder. It's because she's throwing better. You know, she's developing the leg muscles, and you know, she's just knowing how to turn it over right. Like, you don't really see too many other strawweights throw it like her. I think, it's something you don't develop. She probably always had it, but it's becoming more so present because of the way she trains now. High Five said Lemos is strong, but let her be tested by a strong grappler. Give her Claudia first to give her that top 5. Yeah, Claudia's a good name. Give her the Claudia fight. And we'll see where it goes from there. Like, I see her possibly being the first person to stop Claudia. You know, I can see that. First person to stop Claudia. Yeah, Gary Baldwin says she's always hit hard, even 135. Yeah, but, you know, now she moved down to 120, 115, it's a little bit more so present. You know what I mean? Marcus said next week we have Hannah Goldie and Diana Belbita. Do we? That tell you something. I don't even know. No, I'm just like, I mean, I'll watch it, but you can see how serious I am about that fight, Marcus. You know, let's see. Marcus said Hannah Goldie and Diana Belbita. Who's tuning in? I don't know, man. I'm going to watch it, but it's on a card with Macy and Miranda. Marcus always be bringing up them fights that be like, oh man, I'm gonna block Marcus. Marcus be bringing up them fights I don't care about. Marcus be bringing up fights like Evander Holyfield and Riddick Bowe 7 or Teron Woodley and Jake Paul or something. That's what Marcus always be bringing up. Now he bringing up some Hannah Goldie and Diana Belbita. No, please. What's up, man? No PLS. NOPLS. He said been telling loads of people Lemos is top 10 material. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, she is top 10 material, man. Like, I'm seeing some good things out of there, man. Yeah, Lemos got popped, man. I didn't forget that. Lemos got popped. Hold on, I can tell you what she got popped with. Hold on, because I did a video talking about it before. I think, when I was talking about when she was coming back. Hold on, what did she get popped with? Did she get popped with like a fat burner? I can't remember. Hold on, let's see. Amanda Lemos tested positive for what is that? Stanozolol and metabolites. Damn. Yeah, she got popped with a anabolic steroid that's always banned. It's like a illegal drug for sure. Stanzolol. Yeah, she's been popped. Yeah, that was something serious. So yeah, she took the 2-year suspension. She had no choice, but yeah. But yeah, I think Gary Baldwin said Lemos said she was taking PEDs for her damaged spine. Okay. That's my thing. Like, I think I talked about this with some people I know. Like, we were just talking about it. Sometimes, I don't know, man, like, performance enhancing drugs might be necessary for like little things. Like, athletes, they're doing things that the regular person's not doing. Athletes are performing on a high level of doing, some dangerous competitive sports. Every now and then you might have to heal up fast, like your body's going to need quick recovery. You know what I mean? Like certain tears and certain damage to your body might need an extra push because people come to see you. You're entertaining. I'm not going on I'm not going out here saying that, we need to approve all steroids and all drugs and things like that. But I'm just saying, like, certain types of steroids are needed to repair the body because they perform on a high level. And if you want to see your favorite person perform, then they have to be somewhat near 100%. I mean, there's a lot of money they invest in these athletes too, man, because fans come out. Fans come out to see these guys perform at a high level. I mean, shoot. If you have a tear in your muscle, that needs to be repaired quickly. So certain things I can get with, but if you're just doing it to cheat, like, oh, I wanna get bigger, I wanna have better stamina, and things like that, or if I wanna develop power. If you start to go out of bounds with certain things, I can't get with that. Yeah, I didn't even know that fight was happening, man. Belbita and Hannah Goldie. Like, Hannah Goldie, who did she lose to? Miranda Granger, and she hadn't fought since, I don't think. High five. I acknowledge Lemos as a top tier fighter, but I wish she'd be tested on the ground first. I'm sure she will, man. She'll get tested. Let's call for this Claudia Gadelia fight. Hopefully that happens. No, please. If you beat Ruiz and Souza, then it's going to be an amazing ride to top 10. I mean, if you stop Ruiz and Souza, that's impressive because, like, Ruiz, not Ruiz, but Souza is a tough customer. Like, you just don't stop her. Lemos said she was taking PEDs for a damaged spine. Right. Okay. Lemos will turn into a grappler and a runner against Kielholtz. MJ said Lemos would. Lemos is 115, so Lemos is 115, so I'm not even matching her up with Kielholtz, Ernest said Lab versus Misha. If Lab beats Macy Chase on, but if not, we're gonna get me. I'd like to see Misha versus Macy Chase on. You know, I think the winner fights Misha Tate. No, police said Claudia is a really bad matchup for Lemos, and so is Ebos. Shoot, ain't no ducking out. Shoot, make that junk happen. Shoot, I want to see Lemos versus Claudia. Shoot, make that junk happen. Stanzalol is basically the synthetic testosterone, right? And that's, yeah, okay. Chris popped for that. Yeah, back in what? Yeah, a while back. 2009, 2008. Yeah, same thing she was popped for. Yeah, Ruiz and Souza are mostly ground fighters. They mostly are ground fighters. They like to, you know, take it down. Like, Ruiz loved to do that head and body toss, that judo headlock toss, but that wasn't happening in this fight. That wasn't going to happen. All right, y'all, let's see. Let's get ready to wrap it up here. I just want to see what else y'all got to say. Tisha's the best fighter to test Lemos' power. Tisha versus Angela should not be happening. We don't want to see veterans back to back. Let the new blood be tested. Yeah, apparently Tisha didn't want the fight though. Tisha didn't want Lemos, you know, so that kind of sucked though. Yeah, Gary, Mizuki does have a decent ground game. Like, she was pretty good in the guard. Like, I mean, she was good off of her back in that fight. You know, that's why she was able to withstand and stay in it for so long, you know. All right. So, all right, y'all. So before we wrap this thing up, let's see what we got this weekend coming. July 24th. All right, let's start at the beginning. All right, July 24th, we got Diana Belbita versus Hannah Goldie. And then we got Sarge versus Elise Reed. Elise Reed, you know, former strawweight champion at Cage Fury. She's coming over to move up the flyweight. So, early prelims. Sarge. Then for main event, the main card, got Miranda and Macy. Then you got Aspen Ladd and Macy Chason. So we got some good fights, man. We got some good fights coming up. I mean, Sarge versus Priscilla was a better fight. You know, that would have been a more action-packed fight. Sarge, I've seen some pictures of her down at flyweight. She seems to be making the weight right now. So we'll see. We will see if... We'll see, man. You know, we'll just see what she can do, man. If she can hang on and make weight come night before the fight. All right, so look, Holly Holm. Hold on. Look at Misha Tate. She acknowledged Holly Holm's call out. Misha Tate said they're all game. They can get it respectively. They can all come. I expected them to come out of the woodwork, so that's great. I think a fight with Holly Holm a second time would be great. There's a lot of women in the division. Name them all. I don't know where I'll come in the rankings right now, but I'm never one to say I deserve this or I deserve that. I deserve this. Okay, deserve this or deserve that. I understand I got to continue to climb, but whoever's name was on that list to get to the top, that's fine with me. I'm sure Holly and I have no doubt about it, before I retire her and I will fight again. Okay, that's what she said. All right. She said before they retire, they'll fight again. Priscilla Cachoeira got some, I I think some legal issues going on, like some assault charges. Yeah, Priscilla Cachoeira got some assault charges going down, I think, with her girlfriend. So I think that's why she had to pull out of the fight. I don't know if it was because of injury, but that's why. Mbae said Reneau. Oh, never mind. I think she said Reneau looked like she gave up. Yeah, she wasn't in it. She wasn't into the fight, man. She really wasn't. Yeah, I think Holly Holm would still win that fight. She was winning the first time, but I think she would still win the second go round. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I said. Yeah, she's I think she's got some legal issues going on, man. Like, I don't know the details, but that's what it sounded like. Something going on with her partner. You know, they were talking about it on a post I seen on MMA Junkie, because I was looking up to see what it was. I was like, is it an injury? No, it's not an injury. I guess they said something's going on behind the scenes here. So we'll see how that plays out. Yeah, Marcus. Mark. Macy's gonna fight like hell, man. She gonna fight like hell not to lose 3 in a row. So that's what makes her dangerous, man. Like, she may not be the best technical fighter, but she's gonna be fighting her ass off this fight. Excuse me, but yeah, she's gonna be fighting hard, man. Because you don't want to lose 3 in a row, and she does not want to fall out of the top 10, top 15. Yeah, man, that's gonna be a good fight. I'll do a pick on it, but I'm leaning towards Miranda. I think Miranda's got more tools, but it's very, very dangerous. But let's see, man. Yeah, let me get up out of here, y'all. Good talk tonight. Like I said, just want to get on here and talk about these fights again. Final thoughts. Let's see. Final thoughts. Kielholtz did win that fight. I'm going to say that. I think she did enough to win the fight. She deserves a rematch. Lemos looked good against, a fighter that was outgunned, but hey, she showed what she was supposed to do. That's what she's supposed to do. Give her a better opponent. Give her a top 10 opponent. Miesha Tate, still have to see what's up with Miesha. Needs to be in there with a couple more fights before we say she's ready for anything big. Shout out to Martin Reneau. Long, explosive career. Hope everything else turns out well for her. And what else? That's pretty much it, y'all. Ravioli said Miranda striking is suspect. Yeah, she has decent striking. I think her defense needs a little bit more work. I think her striking is decent, but I really wouldn't want to see her go head to head with Macy. Just don't give her a chance. But yeah, it gets the job done. Her striking. People talk about that Liana Jojo fight. Like, her striking was impressive whenever she started turning angles and she started landing her kicks and her left hand. It was impressive, since she switched up to elbows. She's got some strong punches. I'm not saying she's like top level, but it's good level. It's a good level where she's at, and I think she's been getting better with it. Yeah, Macy's striking is okay, but honestly, man, if we were talking like just technique, I think Mavericks is better. I mean, Macy's dangerous because she's gonna go in there throwing. She's gonna be throwing their bombs. She got power in both hands. So, you know. Barber versus Maverick, battle of the prospects. Who's going to eat? Who's going to starve? Yeah, man, it's going to be a good one, y'all. Definitely. Oh, boy. But, yeah, man, let me get up out of here, y'all. Probably won't see y'all till Wednesday. I got to get back on this grind for sure. So, yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat that comes through. You know, everybody bringing up some good points. Good conversation like always, y'all. But, yeah, we got a good fight week coming up. So, you know, we definitely going to be talking about these fights coming up. You know, definitely got to talk about some good stuff coming up here. Shoot, we got another card at the end of the month, too. It's like 4 UFC cards in a row, man. So, yeah. But, yeah, y'all, let me get up out of here. Make sure y'all subscribe. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.